I'm Alexander, this is the Hair and Beauty Guy, and this is the one and only Megan. She's a good pal of mine, she's getting married, and she wants some assistance, and I am lucky enough to got the job. So we're gonna do a little bit of a practice, and we thought we'd do the practice with you, work through some stuff, look at what the best thing is to curl hair with for this kind of look at what best kind of products, and also find out how Megan's feeling. So you're getting married?
Yeah.
Wow. Hearts are breaking all across the world.
I don't really know what to do.
But you know you don't want to take it long, right?
Yeah, just keep it short. This is kind of my look.
Okay. So, I mean, for the viewers at home, Megan's actually a model, has so many jobs and booked for her look, as a lot of ladies are. So we've got to work with that. And I don't think there's anything worse than telling somebody they should conform to a look for a certain reason. You know, once upon a time, women would all grow their hair super long and have it upstyled for a wedding, but you know, we're not there anymore, so we can do something a bit different, can't we? Okay, so we have had a little chat first, I'm not gonna lie, but what we did decide we're gonna do was something vintage. Now, why did we decide something vintage? Well, the beauty of anything vintage and something that stands the test of time is the wedding pictures aren't gonna look dated. You know, you look at wedding pictures from the 80s, the girl's got bleached blonde hair, it's permed, it's all over the place. It looks very much of that decade. Now, nothing wrong with that, but if you look at something like Braveheart, the film 300, any kind of historical drama, the women often still look gorgeous and current today, and it doesn't date it. So ultimately, that's what we want to do for your pictures, don't we?
Yes.
Cool. So a couple of things we're gonna do. I asked Megan to turn up without hair, done anything with it, so this is as is. So I have a hair dryer here. Now this is the bioprogramming reponizer. This is actually a treatment hair dryer, so it helps smooth it through. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna smooth over with the dryer, just to flatten it in a little bit. And we'll be using this product a little bit more further in the series, but just wanna show you to get this hair a bit flatter. Is that heat okay, Megan?
Yeah.
Great. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a tong on the hair, a curling iron, a thermal iron. So what have I got with me? Well, I've got the Hot Tools, which is fantastic, really good spring barrel, but in fairness, this one's probably gonna be a bit small, a bit tight. I have this one, which is the Hair Buron. This is a hair device. It's a styling device, which actually is treatment. These are from Japanese. We're gonna put the link down below for these because these are amazing. But yeah, these are like a treatment, work on nanotechnology. The more heat you put on, the better your hair gets. It's a really crazy technology. These are fantastic. I also have tried and true, a GHD. You know, GHDs are really, really good. GHD stands for Good Hair Day. And this is a really, really good styler. Potentially might use this. Or I have another couple of things. Here, I've got a triple barrel waver from Ion, which is really cool. It gives you this little S-bend as you're running through. Do like that. And last but not least, I've got another Hot Tools product. It's a conical wand. Really, really good. But this wand, again, will be a little bit tight. So the Hot Tools products are going away, as is the triple barrel waver. The bioprogramming, as good as it is, I'm not gonna use that today. I'm gonna use that another part of the series to show you how much of a treatment it is. So today, what has become the Hair and Beauty Guy's maximum ultimate tool for doing this is the GHD tong. So we're gonna go in with the GHD tong. Originally, what I was thinking was I was maybe gonna put rollers in and try it like that. I was gonna blow dry it, but we've decided to go for a very vintage, very sweet look. So Megan, have you decided on a dress?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have. I am wearing my mom's dress.
Oh, right, okay.
Yes, we're altering it a little bit because she got married in the 80s. So it's
so exactly what...
very 80s.
Right, okay. So we're trying to, what are we trying to do? Like a little nod to your mum, and I think that's so cute though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't really 100% know how the dress is coming back then yet?
Not yet, not quite yet.
Okay. Well, I mean, a little pro tip, what I often say with hairdressers is, know what the dress is like. Work with your customer, your client, to know exactly what they want with the dress. But obviously we don't have that right away, do we? That kind of luxury right now. So I'm using a heat protector. Now I've decided to go with the GHD heat protector. This is the thermal protect spray. So just a quick mist of this. I'm using the product that's designed for this exact iron. Just a little bit. Now what we're going to do, I asked Megan to come today with her hair natural, but dried natural, so we could see exactly what we're working with. Now I'm using this tong a couple of different ways. I'm going to use it to smooth out areas and to curl areas. Now I'm just going to look at this. That's perfect. So what we're trying to do is achieve an S-bend. Now the GHD is really good, really love this thing. I think for me, how they could improve on this is if it had a heat dial, and you could dial it up so you could work with different kinds of hair. I mean, you can't actually do that. That would be my one flaw with this product. But, all in all, it's pretty good. Now, anyone that's watched any of my other videos before, I often say about curling hair in one direction and then the other direction to break it up. And be aware of the directions you curl hair in. So today, what I'm doing here is I'm actually curling Megan's hair in all of the same direction, okay? So all going in the same direction, and you'll see when we come to brush it out, the reason why. I'm working with even a couple of different hair clips. I've got a strong butterfly clip for the top, and I've got a long flat clip for the underneaths, because obviously working with a bob, your underneath lengths are going to be that little bit shorter, so you need a bit more of a controlled clip. So if I can just shuffle you around, Megan, please, and put your chin right forward. So all of these underneath sections, guys, like this. If you see those areas are too short to necessarily get a full curl on them, so we're just curling them under. Just tongue those areas under. So guys, it's important when you come into this area now that you're like, obviously we're doing the underneath, we can see we're getting this kind of vintage polish already, but also be aware, Megan is in need of a haircut. She wants like about a couple of inches off or so. But if you were gonna say, cut Megan's hair right now, and you see how much that shrank up, she might find it a little bit too short for the day. So just bear that in mind when you're doing the practice. Now, Megan, bear in mind that's the length as that's finished with the curl. On the actual day itself, would you want to be seeing that shorter than that, do you think?
Probably not.
No?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Be a little too close.
So we're going to have to bear that in mind, aren't we, for the maximum length, the optimum length for this style. And then we can always cut it after the wedding, can't we?
Yes.
Yeah, no worries. So guys, look what I'm doing here. I'm holding the bottom of this tong, because that's made of rubber, so it's not burning me. It's this center part, and look at the distance I'm holding from the head, which is good. The distance is perfect, because what it does is it allows me to create this nice flat area and smooth it out at the same time. So what I'm not having to do is I'm not putting straightening irons on Megan's head, then curling tongs, then a big blow dry, because less is more, right? Less is more, so we don't want to compromise this whatsoever. So what were your ideas then, Megan, coming up to the wedding? What were you thinking? Did you, like hair-wise, did there anything you thought is a definite no-no? Is there a few things that had you even thought about growing it? Was that an option, or you definitely made sure you didn't want to do that? Where were you at?
I was kind of all over the place. I didn't really know where to start. I know I want to keep kind of the length it's at, or a little bit shorter, but not go not go too over the top or too not like my normal everyday look. Like,
Yeah.
just, you know, I'm getting married. It's a nice occasion, but I don't want to look at the photos and be like, who is that?
Yeah, well, of course. Who wants that, right? Yeah. Oh, cool. So you see what I'm doing here, guys? Just kind of with my hand, just touching the hair, just glazing over the hair, making sure it feels okay. And then keep working to your mirror, working across, having a look. Mirrors are great to use I have you guys in front of me, but you know, if you've got a mirror to be able to use, that's really, really helpful. So, coming through. Can't believe how fast we've got through this. We're getting there, aren't we?
We are.
So if you see now, I've got my hand here. Okay, I've got all of the head. This is Megan's temple. If I turn you around a little bit, I've got a pretty loose section going all the way around. And what we're gonna do is follow those sections, horseshoe sections all around the face. So ladies and gents, what I'm thinking about doing here is looking at maybe working it from a side parting or from a center parting. So I know that Megan usually wears her own hair, mainly from the center, which is kind of making me want to take it to a side a little bit. But of course, I'm not the one putting the wedding dress on. So what are you saying?
I'm open to a side part. I feel like it helps it be a little bit more voluptuous.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got a couple of those clips, haven't we, that you brought, and a couple of slides, a couple of things to dress it up with. So I'm not opposed to going on the side, if we put the matching clips in, or the centre, so like that. So we'll try both. But, you know, that's where it's really important for you and me to keep communicating and talking. And, you know, for people that are at home thinking, oh, right, you know, there's good tips for my wedding hair. Just make sure you communicate with your stylist, make sure you're on the same page, you know, make sure your tastes are the same, you know, like the same taste in fashion and same taste in style, because, you know, that's a big one. If your taste levels aren't the same, you're probably not going to get a look you both like. So, here we go. So, nice chunky sections. And out the two sides, do you have a side which it goes better across to?
I feel like I do it this way.
That way?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you see how we're getting that really kind of nice vintage bounce, vintage shape on there now. It's a little bit of a brush through at the end, but that's cool. We can work that. And what I would be doing at this stage, you know, brides, if you're in the chair and you don't like what's going on, don't sit there in silence and hope that everything's going to be all right at the end. Just check in, is your hair? And of course, stylists, make sure you check in with your customer. You know, make sure you check in, see if they're all right. You know, they could be stressing out down there. They might not like what you're doing. So, you know, just for a time point of view, check it out. So Megan, curl, wave-wise, do you like this level of smoothness here with the bounce here?
No,
Is there anything that we need to alter at this stage?
No, I think it's looking good. It's got that vintage feel.
The vibe.
Yeah.
We've got the vibe. Right, cool. So, on we go. Okay, Megan, we're nearly at the end now before we start dressing it up a little bit more. Any questions at this stage?
No, I don't think so.
Right, okay.
Looks good.
And you're getting married in San Diego, is that right?
Yes, in San Diego.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
Weather should be perfect.
Well, you'd like to think, wouldn't you, in that part of the world, that it could hold up. Okay, guys, and at this stage, it's quite interesting to like think about accessories, things to dress the hair up, things to separate what, like, you know, what the bride looks like to you know, for her every day. And also bear in mind a little trick here. If your bride is having bridesmaids, say for instance there's 4 bridesmaids and she was having her hair curly, was the bride, I would say, well, why don't you do the bridesmaids straight? If the bride is wearing her hair down, I'd say put the bridesmaid up, and vice versa. You know, something to differentiate the team, you know, because you are the star of the show that day, aren't you? You know, that's the thing.
Yes.
And even as much as, you know, as much as the contrast between what you and your partner are wearing, it's all got to be thought out, hasn't it?
Yes.
So if you're wearing a reworked 80s dress, is he wearing a reworked 80s suit? Is
I
what
don't
I
know.
want to know.
We're still on the lookout.
Right.
Maybe.
Because, you know, you could go a decade earlier and stick him in the flares, couldn't you, if you really want it? There's so much on the table, isn't there, right now?
That's true.
Okay, so final few sections. And like Megan has a great deal of hair, ladies and gents, a real lot. I mean, I'm pretty quick when it comes to curling and styling and stuff, but, you know, make sure you allow plenty of time. I mean, I don't work in a salon anymore, but I used to, and I was pretty fast and pretty successful with my timings, but I had great assistants that would necessarily curl for me if I was really busy, or what I would make sure I did was I would have enough time to do it myself. So this is officially a wedding practice. We're just sharing it with you guys. So make sure you do your practices on your brides. There's a saying that I love, I've tried to live by, it's fail to prepare, prepare to fail, right? So we just got to always be that one step ahead. So here we go. So I'll put that last one in. Whew, your curls are in.
They're in.
Right, so now when I'm looking at those curls, I think, well, this side looks a little bit springier than this side, but this side was done in first. So what I definitely can do is put a few more up here, bearing in mind that we've got a bit of brush out work to do. Okay. Nice. So guys, what I want to do now is we've got that curl in there. I've got a wide tooth comb. I have an ergo brush, which is E-R-G-O, fantastic brushes. I've got that paddle brush. and I have a Mason and Pearson boar bristled brush as well. So first I'm gonna start combing it out with this one because it might be enough. You know, we need to work with our customer, not brush it all the way through, see when we get the absolute ideal texture, and it might be that this is just enough. I've worked with other ladies in the past where we really need to brush it out to get all the curl out, but I think this is working really well. And you know, I liken this to Selena Gomez, who's recently got married, that shorter hair, you know, very gorgeous, beautiful lady. And you know, at the end of the day, she didn't conform to a long hair or what anyone perceived she may have had. She wore what she liked and it looked fabulous. So, you know, that's a real good one to work with. Now, Megan, as I'm taking this off your face, I think I like that slightly to the side a little bit. What I've got here, ladies and gents, I've got a couple of like little bit of pearls, some little things to dress this hairstyle up. So, but I don't think that the wide tooth comb is enough. So now we're gonna go through with the Ergo brush. And this is a super soft. So can you feel how soft this brush is as it's going through?
Yeah, it feels nice.
Yeah, they are known for how amazing they feel. So good. Now that is more that vintage twist we were after. Okay, now I am going to use all three brushes. I'm going to use the Mason and Pearson on this side because I want to clean one side up, and I love how that sits there. So I'm using the Mason and Pearson here because it's made of boar bristles. Now, boar bristle brush, they're naturally bristled. If you see this, it's got acrylic and boar bristle, and it just allows you to really get in. So the comb is going to do the least, the red comb which we started with. The Ergo soft paddle brush will do a bit in between this and that, where this will really brush everything out, which is great, but you have to use it in the right place at the right time. So essentially what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in, now Megan, before I choose, I mean, we've got this one here. Obviously you're wearing a whitey, creamy, lovely dress. Not this is the last dress, but it's going to give us a flavour of the wedding vibes. But would you rather see something like this? Or would you rather see something more delicate like this? On a couple of those? Or you have that one as well?
Yeah. Maybe the middle one, the toned down one.
The middle one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And one of the best lessons I learned with wedding hair, so I did a very, very beautiful wedding, funny enough, in San Diego at Torrey Pines over there, and it was a great event. And the girl had just straight hair, always wears it straight, nothing else. And she paid for my accommodation, travel, all the rest of it, just to have me to do it straight. She does it every day. She's like, I didn't want to do it myself. It's my wedding, but I wanted it just as I have it. I'm like, oh, okay, you know. So, yeah. Okay, guys. So in a minute, what we're going to do is Megan's going to have a little twirl, and we're going to look round it. And I've just decided I'm going to go with the hot off the press flexible hold spray by Paul Mitchell. The reason I want to do that, well, the clue is in the name, guys. It's a flexible holding spray, which means that the hair is not going to sit just solid like a big hat. It's going to move, it's going to bounce, it's going to be flexible. And essentially, Megan's hair, it's like it's got movement in it right now. It's got like a dressed out vintage style to it, which is beautiful. But Megan's hair is naturally quite curly and wavy anyway. So we've kind of done a dressed version of what she naturally has. So we know that it's going to suit her because her natural hair falls like that. And I just love that kind of stunning finish that we've got to that. Now, what I would be saying here with any lady, any bride, anything that's coming up, is this is the practice. This is one practice. So the beauty of this, what I'd be saying now is show your mums, show your friends, show your aunties, show your cousins, so anybody that you would normally ask if you look cute in something, get their opinions. And don't be worried about offending your hairdresser. If they don't want to do it, find another hairdresser. If they don't think you're right, find something you're comfortable with. You are the princess, it is your day, and you deserve the best. Megan, what are you thinking?
I love it. I
Can you
think it's great.
give us a little twirl? So Megan, like obviously for the practice, I mean, that was your idea today to put white on, like so you got an idea. I think it was a great idea. Are you happy you did that? You think it was a good, cool thing to do?
I think it helps me kind of see, again, I don't know what the dress is going to look like, but I might have a little bit of sleeve like this so that can show there. And then my makeup, I probably will do very natural, similar to this. So I kind of came how I envision myself.
Well, I mean, that's smart. And it seems like the obvious thing to do, but the amount of people that don't necessarily do that or don't think in those little things. So I know the wonderful, handsome Edmund is your not your bride-to-be, your husband-to-be. Shall we have a look at him? Shall we bring him in together?
Yeah.
Evan, come in, mate. Here he is. Look at that handsome man. Now, ladies and gents, this is the happy couple. Look at this.
Our first look.
So, first look together. The guys look great. I mean, thank you for letting me cut yours. Thank you for letting me style yours. I think we're onto the right track. We'll do a couple more practices. You've seen what I think. You've seen what we've worked with. We've not tried to take the guys too far away from who they are, because this is when they look best, smiling, happy, and in love. So I'm Alexander. This was an absolute pleasure for me to do that. In a minute, we're going to show a little bit of fun, show a couple of alternative outfits. But for me, thank you for tuning in. It's been really, really great. Love this show. If you like the content, if you like what we're about, like and subscribe. If you just happen to land here and see us, then leave us a comment, say hi, and we'll see you next time, everyone. Cheers now.